Hi good people, hi TIs, it's Sherry and I'm here with some free and valuable information. And if you notice, I'm on the go here. You see behind me? Laundromat? Yeah, it's that day. So, but you gotta do what you gotta do on the run, hey? Anyways, I'm here with some free and valuable information for you to help yourself as well as others. Okay, so what am I gonna talk about today? Today, this video, well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sherry and I'm a targeted individual, and I've been dealing with life as a targeted individual, which means basically a nationwide bullying program. Actually, not even nationwide, it's worldwide. You basically get put on a list and you kind of get the white glove treatment, as it's referred to. It's illegal. It's vigilantism. It involves lots of people from different parts of the community. So your church, your businesses, right now I'm getting it here at the laundromat. So anywhere you go into the community, a bulletin goes out and lets them know that, hey, this is a person of interest. We need to go and bully them. Yeah. So anyways, that's par for the course. That happens every day of my life. And a lot of you TIs, you guys know. So today, what I'm here to talk about, though, is a newspaper article that I found in regards to a dental student that was, it looks like to me, just from reading, I'm just being skeptical, looks like he is possibly being targeted. So I want to kind of open your eyes up to this, what the experience of being targeted is like, and see if this sounds like something that could be a case of targeting. Sounds like it. So I'll read it to you here. It's in our local newspaper, okay? And the title is former dental student sues after he failed boards. Okay, well, the title is misleading because you're like, okay, well, he's suing because he failed the boards. But what you'll find out is everything is not as it is always as it appears to be. Okay, so things can happen. You can see the effect of things. Okay, this guy failing. Okay, so what? Why is he suing? But the why did he fail? Is he a bad student? Is he, not cut out for it? Is he not paying attention? Is what's going on? Are the teachers being unfair? Is the grading system is it not clear? Is the school below standards? Is the school incompetent? What is going on? Or, is he being targeted? Is he being set up to fail? Did somebody somewhere not want this person to pass his dental? Doesn't want him to become a dentist? You wouldn't think this stuff happens, but as TIs, you guys know, we live this and breathe this every day. And for any of you, bullying, it happens. I don't know, why do bullies sometimes not want you to sit at their table? Why do they not want you to walk in a certain neighborhood? Why? Because they're bullies. I'm sure they have their reasons sometimes, but sometimes it's just because. So anyways, here's the article, okay? I'll make it quick. So, former dental student sues after he failed boards. Okay, so the son, this is interesting because this guy looks like he was the son of dentists. So this is a family career, family business, so to speak. He always planned to be a dentist, and he is blaming the university for derailing his dream. Doesn't that sound familiar? I know how that is. TIs, you guys, have you ever had your dreams derailed by being in this targeting program? You ever had somebody else make the decisions on your life? Yeah, I think we all have in some form or another. So, but in this case, this guy, there's a federal lawsuit going on. His name is Cole Norton. He says that a private school here, in this case, Marquette, I guess, misled him about the strength of its dental school, failed to accommodate his anxiety disorder, breached its contract, and then here's the key part, and intentionally inflicted emotional distress, all resulting in his failure to pass a required board exam and his dismissal from the school. Okay, so basically he didn't pass his boards and he got dismissed from the school. Okay, that's not surprising, but the key word I'm honing in on here is intentionally inflicted emotional distress, because we do know that happens. Okay, and that's bullying. That's the fancy way of saying it. Intentionally inflicted emotional distress. But basically they bully you in all types of ways, right? Not usually physical, but mental, whatever it takes, right? To psyops, to break down the enemy. Whoever's in charge has deemed whomever the enemy. The bully picks you, you're the vic, you're the target, so they're going to inflict emotional distress. Oh yes. Okay, so how did this happen? It says spokespersons for the school did not return emails, of course not. According to the lawsuit, Norton of Colorado says he began researching dental schools in 2016. After a visit to Marquette that fall, our beautiful private school here, he accepted an offer of early admission. He says he was sold on the low faculty to student ratio, so smaller classes, high graduation and board exam passage rates, and the early use of clinic-style training in simulation labs. So it's a good school, actually, and they're known in our city for having a good dentistry school. Okay, they actually have a free clinic too. That's pretty good. So yeah, I can see why this guy wanted to go there. It says, but after enrolling, Norton contends he learned there wasn't as many faculty or labs available. Okay. Worse, he says, a faculty member focused on giving students personalized prep for the board exam left the school in the summer of 2018 and wasn't replaced for much more than a year. Okay, so basically how it was set up for him to succeed, but that happens. That's not the disturbing part. That's still par for the course. That's school. Again, this is my personal opinion. Okay, just kind of commenting on what the daily news here. Okay, because I do believe this might be a targeting, but let's see. What do you guys think? All right, so Norton began trying to pass a national board exam. Of course, anything in the medical field, including dentistry, you have to pass a national board exam, okay, for anything. He scored 2 points. Get this, 2 points. That sounds familiar because I also failed my clinicals by 2 points, okay, and there's a lot of points. It's not like it's 10 or 18 or 20, like it's a high amount, over 50. So to fail by 2, it's usually, and each thing usually is worth like 2 points. So I mean, really, if you want to rig it, you kind of can. You can say, oh, well, they didn't do this. Bam, 2 points. And that's it. 2 points failing. That means that's the difference between you achieving your dream or not achieving your dream. Okay, so anyways, this guy scored 2 points below passing in September of 18. And he fell 1 point short the following March. So it looks like he took it in September and then waited again and took it in March. 2 points he failed in September, 1 point in March. So this guy is really trying hard and he's almost there. He wants to be a dentist. They go through a lot of schooling. So he said he sought help in preparing for his third attempt and was advised to take a commercial prep class like those offered by the company Kaplan. So they told him, hey, take a class to help you pass. Okay, so he did. He paid for it. In July of 2019, he took the exam a third time and again failed by 1 point. 1 point is keeping this man that's gone to school for dentistry, is keeping him from passing the exam and going on to become a dentist. 1 point. Okay. I'm not sure exactly how their point system works, but you get you get the gist. 1 point. Okay. That's like one little inch, one little this, that, you know what I mean? Close, but a no cigar. Hurtful. That's a lot of money to go to dentistry school, What is that? Just like a doctorate of some sort. Lots of schooling. It's not just an associate's, because associate was, not to relate it to me, but even an associate's degree took me 4 years, because you have to take the prereqs and then you have to take the actual program. Program is 2 years. They always say that, community college, the program is 2 years. Yeah, the program, but you have to take your classes before you can even get into the program. All your prereqs. So, anyways, it says, so he failed by 1 point, and then it says with the help of a lawyer, he was granted accommodations from the licensing board. Accommodations, he says, Marquette failed to help him obtain for his first three tries. So if they would have been, basically he's saying, and somebody should have noticed this, hey, you're failing. Maybe somebody should have said something. Hey, maybe we can get you some accommodations if you're needing it, if there's a bigger issue, to set him up for success. But to me, this story sounds like they weren't trying to set him up for success. They were trying to set him up for failure, which is a thing. Obviously, it's bullying, right? We're trying to inflict emotional distress intentionally. All right, so in December, he failed again and resulted in his formal dismissal from Marquette. So the lawsuit doesn't specify the nature of accommodations Norton was granted for his fourth attempt at the board exam. So they're not saying what was done to help him, pass, to help him set him up for success. So his lawsuit accuses Marquette of acting in bad faith and in violation of Wisconsin's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Law and National Rehabilitation Act. As you know, the National Rehabilitation Act, that's for people with disabilities, where you can get things like accommodations. So it says this guy had an anxiety disorder, which I can relate. Living with something like that makes life all the more challenging. So, and you still have to work. If a little anxiety means you can still work if you're treated, and if you're, like a lot of disabilities, you don't want to, what's the other option? People with disabilities don't work. That means you're at home. That means you're doing nothing. That means you're getting free, quote unquote, free money, even though we all know there's no such thing as a free lunch or free money. Nobody wants to be a burden. okay? Nobody, even people with disabilities, nobody wants to be a burden. You know, you take the help if you need it, but you don't, you know, as much as it depends on you, you want to be independent and pay your own way. You don't want anybody ever saying, oh, I have to pay, you know, a burden. Nobody wants that. Older people, when they get older, because even healthy people, you're young now and healthy, you know, when you get older, you could develop a disability. There's different things that can happen to the human body. Believe me, you know, you're not always young and spry. Hopefully that's the goal, you know, that we're blessed to you know, make it to the end, to the finish line, you know, in more or less in decent shape. But sometimes that's not always the case, due to whatever, things out of our control. So anyways, I digress. This guy, this poor guy, he has parents who are dentists. Looks like he wanted to be a dentist. I don't know him from Adam. I mean, he could be a jerk. He could be, I don't know, there could be an underlying reason. I don't know. He could have sucked at it. You know what I mean? He could have been incompetent. I don't know. But says here he has an anxiety, and it says that he was trying, looked like he was only failing by a couple of points. So he must have not been that incompetent. You know, it's not like he failed by 20 points or something. You know, it said 2 points he failed on the one exam, and then the following time he took it, failed by 1 point, and then again by 1 point. So when you see things like that, you know, to me that kind of sets the tone that might be a targeting issue. I don't know. Just this is my personal comment, you know, my personal opinion. It seems like it could be targeting, because of the fact that the points are so small. You know what I mean? In the world and in life and in schooling, I know this. And I know this from I have been in a position, you know, once in my life where I was a supervisor, you know, and I let a lot of stuff slide. A lot. Not illegal stuff, but I mean, just, you know, not, if the person looked like they were, you know, able to be rehabbed and changed, you know, to be kind. I wasn't a pushover, but I was kind. You know, and it just seems like in this situation, maybe they weren't treating him kindly. Maybe they were setting him up to be, you know, to target him, to, like he said, intentionally inflict emotional distress. Maybe giving him the illegal white glove treatment. That's when you get targeted. That's what they call it, the white gloves. They're putting on their gloves and they're, okay, and they're going through your life and they are making it hard to live. Okay, it's a setup. So, you know, it just makes me wonder, maybe this guy's fine. Maybe something with his family, maybe something with his religion, maybe somebody somewhere didn't like him and made his life hard, intentionally inflicted emotional distress. Maybe he would have made a good dentist if they would have not messed with him. Maybe not. We don't know, right? But yeah, looks like he's going to court with deceptive and unfair trade practices and seeking for damages, which I would do too if I were in that situation, which is what I should do, because this is not a joke. When you do that to someone's life, you know, picture this guy, that's a lot of schooling, and they just took it upon themselves to you know, to intentionally inflict emotional distress and prevent him from receiving his targeting. And what my perps like to do, just a side note, they always jangle their keys. They want to be heard. If I'm not paying attention to them, which I don't, I bird box it all day long. I don't look upon it. So then they'll purposely try to make their presence known. You know, there's no reason she didn't have anything she was doing over there. Could just be a passerby, whatever. But I could tell they'll purposely like be noisy. They'll jangle keys. That's their thing lately, jangling keys. Like there'll be no reason that they need their keys and they'll just start jangling them like really loud. And another thing, they'll drag their feet. You know, like they're real heavy footed. Just annoying. This is so silly. You wouldn't think that this happens, but it does. Anyway, so that's what I think this story might be. This screams to me targeted individual, TI. So TIs, you guys know the deal. I'd like to hear some of your stories too out there. I know that targeting, you know, so it's being done to a lot of people. A lot of people don't even know that it's being done. In the beginning stages of my targeting, I didn't know. I kind of had an idea, but I didn't realize how deep the targeting actually went. But yeah, all it takes is one person, one program to put your name in, to smear it, and you're on the list, the naughty list, list. You know what I mean? And it's not good. It's not good, and it ruins lives. You know, there have been targeted individuals that have committed suicide over having their lives ruined and things like that. So that's partly why I do these videos too, so that we can all learn from each other and support one another, so that you know you're not alone in this, because that's what the perps and of course your main bullier would like to have you think, that you're alone, that nobody else is going through this, that it's your fault. You know, even if you did the most horrendous thing, and if you've paid for it, and if you've been forgiven, then that shouldn't apply. Okay, that's done. It's for nobody to hold something over your head. You know what I mean? And if you would know what happens at the top of the game, illegal and immoral, if you would really sit down and actually talk to survivors and stuff, and if you knew what they do behind closed doors, whoo, anyways, so this guy, we'll have to keep him in our prayers, and hopefully that works out for him. I'm curious. So yeah, let's looks like a former dental student suing Marquette in a federal lawsuit. So let's see. Let's follow this story. Hey guys, he could possibly be targeted. Possibly not. But all right, that's it. That's enough. That's my spiel. I think my laundry's done. Let me focus. I'm just trying to do a lot of filming today. As always, do your research. Okay, keep your eyes and ears open. You know, when you see things, you know, try to process that data and remember that the true God loves us. Okay, no matter what. That doesn't mean keep messing up. Okay, it means the true God loves us. He's forgiving. He's kind. He's just. You know, be right. True God loves us. Do your research. Wait, do your research. True God loves us. That's it. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.